Hello, Dominant Heron. I'm Crois. In today's Raid Shadow Legends video, where it's the first of the month, so we're going to do some bookkeeping. Alright, so let's pull up our little notepad and plug in some values. Alright, so 327 ancients, 122 voids, 54 sacreds. Just pop down quickly and say we've got 17.95. Adding the quartz as a fraction, and then pop back up, and we'll do books. And you might hear my daughter in the background. She's down for a nap, but deciding to not sleep as of yet. All right, 217 on the rares, 319 on the epic books, 86 on the legendaries, and then 3 mythical. All right, and then we will scroll on down and get into the shrine for Soulstones. So we got 100 mortal, 10 and 1, and 2205, 3114, 2742. Alright, and then gems, we've got 22,011. Yeah, right, so we'll go ahead and pop on over into Excel. Here we are. Alright. So we'll just start putting these values in. 327, 122, 54, 217, 319, 86, 100, 10, 1, and then 17.95 and 3. Alright. Cool. So 93 ancients, a little low than the average, but that's okay because when we look at the voids, 41 is well above the average. So I will take that trade-off any day, well, any month of the year. And then sacreds, 14, right on average, which is nice. And then books, a little low on the rare, but that's because I've decided to stop buying the rare books in the 3v3 shop. Now that I'm in gold, I've decided to stop buying the rare book. I'm still buying the ancient shard, the void, and I just recently bought the sacred and mythical tome for the second time, but I'm not sure that's sustainable, as before I got into gold I had over 100,000 gold bars, and now I'm only at 14,000. So going forward, I think I'm going to have to decide whether I want to start taking the sacred or the mythical, choose between the two. Only taking one out of those two, and then maybe stop taking the void shard, but I don't know. Void champions are just so good. I don't know. It's a tough decision, but yeah, I think maybe that it's worthwhile to look into gold bar acquisition more closely as a how much do I get for a month, and then budget it out. But anyway, back to this video. Where are we? So yeah, we're at the books. All right, and then 53 epics, which I don't know how I'm so far above the average on that one, because I've recently stopped going for the epic books and like artifact enhancement events and stuff like that, just stopping shy of that because I've just got so many and I'm just not building out many epic champions. So yeah, maybe they're just putting more of those as rewards, or maybe I'm going for more things that they're just on the path to those top tier wars. But anyway, Lego books got 25, 3 above the average, which is nice. And then when it comes to Soulstones, got 49, which is a little bit below. 3 on the Immortal, which is a little below. And then the average, I mean. And then 1 Eternal, which I mean it's not much of an average because they're just so few and far between since they're usually in rewards. I got this one from the Sun Wukong, um, that Titan Path. I forget what exactly it was called, but it had his 4-star soul, and then this Eternal Soulstone was the final reward. I was able to get it um, without having to do the um, the summon rush for the Timit the Fool. I only had to go to that first set of fragments for him because I was able to get the dungeon divers done, which was at like 6,500 points, which was a real effort on that. But I've now got just so much silver. So I mean, I think it was a good trade-off. I'd rather spend the gems on the energy refills, getting silver, than expending um, my shards because it wasn't a 2x. But yeah, okay. And then yeah, so I'm comparing this more with these 2 months. It's much closer to these 2 months. This month is kind of throwing the average a little out of whack. I think I had said this before that these values are inflated because I took place in the summoning event, and you can get a lot of these coins back from every 10 you summon you get some, and then selling the unwanted souls, or even just upgrading souls. So like if I had a 3-star Sun Wukong that I just upgraded to the 4-star soul, and you get a rebate back for um, if well, actually you get a rebate if it's a perfect. But anyway, yeah. So I think these values are just fine. I don't think they're actually all that much on the low side. I think they're spot on. And then 11.1 mythical shards and 3 books. I've only got 2 months of data, and this month really not at that impactful. So we'll see how it shakes out further down the line. Comparing the shards though to how many void that you get, because to me they're kind of similar to voids and ancients. Um, Much less. If you're looking at it, it's nearly a quarter of the amounts that I pulled in this last month. So hopefully we're not at the point where this is just going to be the norm. Hopefully, this new content drop that they're talking about being larger than or bigger than Doom Tower has a consistent way to earn these types of resources, because 11 a month would put me at just around like 130 140 shards a year, and which is not going to hit your mercy. So hopefully these values continue to go on up. um, but yeah, I wanted to pop back into raid and take a look at what's going on um, in the game. We've got Lady Mikage is in here. I've got all of these rares ready to go for champion chase. I'm still waiting on Riskarm to complete the Lockwane, all the rares for the Lockwane fusion. I'm gonna do the epics in champion chases, and then I think I'm gonna be doing the legendaries during or not, sorry, CVCs. Still a long way off of these epics. I'm hoping this 2x sacreds that just got announced as what is going to be taking place during the Timit champion chase, which is nice that they're going back to the schedule instead of just skipping sacreds entirely. So that's nice. Hopefully I'll be able to pick these up. And I think I said this before, but I'm definitely going to fuse these because I want the points. Even if I pull these before, I'm not going to skip the points that are on offer here. And then I do want to get her sooner rather than later, so that once I do get all the champions, I will complete them and get her onto the account because her kit is amazing, and I think she'll be really really good. So that's there, and then if we look at Timit's fragments, I've got 45. I'm on track. I took like I said, just the first batch of 5 fragments from the summon rush. Um, if I pop back into Excel real quick, not bookkeeping, Excel. You'll see that I've got this 2 sacred spent in the Timit summon rush. Uh, I took video of it just to see if I got anything good, and I did get a legendary, but it was Sathalia, um, which was, I mean, it's fine. It's not that exciting, since her kit I feel is more geared towards, I don't know. I guess you could say arena, but arena's just not my focus at the moment, which is why actually that kind of dovetails nicely into why I didn't goodbye Excel. I decided not to do the Jester Deck of Fate. I've only got 488 pumpkins on this last day. I'm not even focusing on dungeon divers to get any of these rewards. These rewards are fine, but I don't think it's, as an event, is worth it because, as Saphira pointed out, they've uh, put in less epic cards this time around, and really what makes these events worth it is if you hit on the RNG and get some of these rewards down here, specifically in the green, the epic and the rare. Um, yeah, the champion herself, Kaya, I think is pretty good, but I decided instead of spending 20 sacreds getting her here, I'd rather spend 20 sacreds in the upcoming 2x to hopefully get some pretty good champions and then max out the rewards and get some good rewards there. I'm not going to do this Soul Chase tournament. I took a look back at the previous. I've only done one before. I did a video on it, and it was like 160 something of the mortals. It was like 14 of the immortals and like 3 or 4 of the eternal, which came out to, using Saphira's calculator, around like 2,600 points predicted, and it was a very tight thing. I scored well below what the predictions were, so this time I plugged in how many I had, and I was lower than that by several thousand. So I've decided not to go for it, and even still, even if I had the predicted points to complete it, I would stop here at 1750. The first time I did this, I was able to, I think I either won or came in second. So I'm hoping maybe this is just a tough group, and I'll see on the next one if that's the case, or maybe just people are holding on, and or just buying more of them as it becomes more apparent that souls are the key to really supercharging your champions now. These rewards have changed from that first time that I did it. This is a mythical tome instead of, it was a sacred, which I think is fine. I don't know whether I'd want this or a sacred in the immediacy. Thinking about booking Lady Mikage, I'm leaning towards this, but in the long run, I think I'd prefer Sacred Shard. Um, but yeah, I think that's about it. Um, thank you for watching until the end of the video. Consider doing all the YouTube things, and have a great day. Cheers.
The video is over. This is the end screen. You can go now. Bye.